Thing's acting stupid. Okay, I believe I'm live. YouTube is acting stupid. Alright, I think we're live. If somebody can just let us know that we're live, and we'll be good to go here. In the meantime, I'll just keep talking like a buffoon. So, first off, hello everybody. Hope everybody is well. But yes, you are. You're live. And, okay, good, and you can hear me. This YouTube, the new YouTube thing it's maybe the stupidest thing on the face of the earth. Are you kidding me? That I fixed that already. Hold on. This is when I get annoyed. Technology is not my strong suit. I can play games, maybe sometimes eat corn on the cob. Every once in a while, say a nice thing to the queen. I mean that's pretty much me in a nutshell. That's all you get. Only thing consistent is listen to my granddaughter scream bloody murder. She's good at that. All right. So, anyways, all of you that are here, welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. Russell, how are you? Zeblik, Monster X150, Sean Makowski, who's got a birthday coming up very soon. And, of course, our very own and very dear and newest member to the family, my dear Barbara Allen. All right, so what are we doing here today? Okay, everybody knows Joan of Arc is a massive undertaking. Very few people even attempt to try to paint this, let alone play the entire thing. I mean, I have an entire, whatever over there of it. So I'm going to show you how I do things. Now, we're going to go over some basic things that you can do. But I do things a little differently because I believe I can paint all this pretty quickly. You're going to see it in parts. But I'm going to show you the basic technique with something so small, especially when you're painting 15 millimeter. Snow Draga. Good evening. Well, good evening to you, my friend. So, first thing is, let me see if I can get us where we need to be here. There we go. Now, a lot of people like to take a ruler, such as this, and they'll put a little tack putty, okay? Now, I just put a couple of guys on here just to show you. And what you're going to do is you would tack these guys down, all right? All right? Really a basic thing, especially when you are painting a lot of World War II 15 mil. First of all, you try to get the dog hair out because the dog was out here. But for the most part, you just tack those down, and then what you'll do is you will prime them. And let's go to our overhead. You'll prime them, and then you'll paint this way. Well, that's cool. That actually helps you do a lot of things. James, how are you? Brew Geek. Rob made sure you paint Iris's eyeballs on all those guys. Dude, no problem. Don't worry about it. I'm on it. So, 15 mil. Here's the secret to 15 mil. Really, what you really want to do here is you really want to kind of and we're going to do a whole bunch of series on this. We're going to do the buildings. We're going to do different things. We're going to give you all the tools you need to tackle this. The base set is not too bad. There's other sets and stuff like that, and that's all fine and dandy. And we'll tackle all that in due time. The main thing here that I want to show you is we're going to take a whole bunch of guys and we're going to do them, and I'm going to show you how quickly we can do them. Kyle Seeley, what's up, my brother? Brew Geek. Rick. So, like I said, it's easy to do this, but I'm somebody that likes to stay in perpetual motion, okay? So, here's the way I do it. And try not to have a heart attack. All right? I take a piece of tile and I tack all the way around it. Okay? And what I do is I work around. Okay? So I kind of get a theme in my head of how many guys I want to do and how quickly I can do it. The hard thing is being able to get this on camera. So I'm going to have to try to do a lot of different things than I normally would do. Now, I'll always have my piece of paper here. So what we have here is I've got a bunch of wolves. Okay. I wonder if I can... What's the best way to do this? Hold on. I got like 5 camera angles. All right, there we go. All right, so let's show you from here. So I got a bunch of wolves there. Okay. From there, I've got a whole bunch of skeletons, and then I've got some knights. Okay. And I'm going to show you how I go about doing something like this. Okay. The first thing I do is I use this middle part kind of almost like a palette for if I'm going to use any kind of squeeze bottle things. Okay. So I'll get a little bit of that right there, okay? And I want to make sure that I have a bristle that's pretty light, because you don't want to knock them off your tack thing. So I'll just use this middle here and kind of work this in here like that, okay? I don't care. I'll do it that way. And then from here, and I'm gonna actually do this in a different kind of way than I normally would. I'm going to take as much as I can off, and I'm going to hit these wolves. See, it's just constant, perpetual motion, and I'm not killing them. I'm not going too hard over them. Remember, it's 15 mil. You want to get detail, but you also, I hope you guys don't mind, I'm going to just kind of go over both sides. Remember, they're wolves. Okay. And all I'm trying to do is get that nice dark gray on there, because they are wolves. And I don't like that gray. I actually want a darker gray on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down. Boom. See? And you can get a feel for what you're doing here. And you see how quick I just kind of went all over these. Anthony, how are you? All right. I'm just going to reach in the drawer here. Bear with me. And I'm going to take a little black. I'm going to work that in there. I don't want to waste that paint. All right, so what do we got going here? See what I'm doing? I'm actually using this as kind of like a palette almost. And that really helps me, especially when I want to do things as quick as I'm doing right here. And I want to mix certain paints. Because the overall thing that we want to get here, I want a very, very dark gray. Because we're going to dry brush over that gray. I'm going to show you what we're going to do while that's drying. So again, we're going to come over here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking for. Maybe just a little bit lighter. What do you think? Just a hair lighter? Speed painting at its best. That's right. If you got a big job like this, you want to be able to speed paint it. All right, let's see how that looks. That's a little bit better. Okay. And again, we're going to come back over. And there we go. That's the kind of gray I wanted. All right, so I'm doing this from the side just to make sure that we have the camera angles. Normally, I would not do this. Now, you see how I'm working here? For me, this works. Okay, it's absolutely crazy. What do you have the minis on? It's actually a tile. You go down to Home Depot and you pick out a tile. You can get any kind of tile that you like. I choose the first tile I see. And that's what I use. This is actually a ceramic tile. First of all, I like the base. I can go over it a 500 million times. There, see? That's all it is. And they're cheap. A couple bucks, boom, I'm off and running. And this thing will last forever. Okay? And I'm... without getting all over my hands, because I'm trying to keep you guys in focus here so you guys see exactly what I'm trying to do here. And that all dries nice on there, and it all washes off if I wanted to, but I think it gives the thing character after a while. This is a new tile, by the way. I have a couple of old tiles that I use. I used to break them in half, and I think early on I showed you guys how I use different tiles. Okay, so there we go for that. Okay, so we got that nice dark gray on there. So what's the next thing that we're going to do? Well, I'm going to show you. See, while that's drying, before we can come back, you're constantly turning this thing and really working with it, okay? So I've got a little Ushabi bone here I want to work, okay? I'm going to put this brush down, and I'm going to take out a different brush. I want to make sure, that, again, you want to make sure that you have really soft bristles because you can knock them off the tack very easily. Now, remember, all you want to do is just hit it nice and easy. So we've got some Ushabi bone here. And Ushabi bone is perfect for what we want to do here. So I'm just going to take a little here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to get it there. I'm going to use that as my base. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what I'm going to use for my skeletons. All right. Now, I'm going to go over the entire skeleton. Why? I'll tell you why. The whole reason is that we're going to come back with a smaller brush and do the details, which will go pretty quickly. And all I want to do is just kind of, because we're actually going to dry brush over these guys. I don't care if I get over certain things. And they're very delicate too. That's the other thing that you want to watch. Okay. So all I'm doing here, I don't care if I get it all in there, but I'm trying to leave a little bit of that black because that black is going to help me later on. And I'm trying to paint this at such a weird angle. I'm not worried about getting the sickles or anything like that because we are going to use a couple colors over this to really get these guys to stand out. And forgive me for doing it the way I'm doing it, but I'm trying to keep you guys to kind of show you how I do things. So let's maybe try up top. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Because it's a weird angle, of course. Okay, there we go. All right, there. Let's do that. I'll come here, take a little bit off, and all I want to do is just kind of, that's it. Hey, little fella. Not worried about hitting the sickle or anything like that because we're going to go back and we're going to touch all that stuff up. We're going to bring these guys out. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to want to get this base color on. Alright, for these skellies. Alright, so I'm going to back this up a little bit. And I'm going to come in here. Oh, now I can finally see it. You know what would really help is if I put my big glasses on so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And we're going to go over this with a wash too. So these skeletons are very, very, very flimsy, if that's a good word for it. So again, here in the back, and then here we're going to go back over underneath here, and you see what I'm trying to do here. Alright, we're just speeding our way through things. I'm not worried about the bases because we're going to take care of the bases, and I'll show that's going to be a whole nother video on how we do bases. But the whole thing is while one thing's drying, to constantly go in a different motion. So I like this Ushabi bone. I always use it as a base underneath things. Alright, I'm not worried about hitting these bases. Alright, I'm not worried about hitting those bases whatsoever. So I'm going to kind of look around here. See how creepy these guys are. But don't worry, we're gonna make them shine, trust me. Because they're skeletons. And they deserve their chance at things too. They deserve to rest in peace as well. Right? In pieces. See, like I got too much paint on this one guy here, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. See, I'm so used to doing it my way where I'm not concentrating on a camera. It's a little different the way I do things, but I'm looking for mass quantity. I want to get it all out there. I want to get it done. I want it to be quick and painless. You know, like we have to, you know, there's like 3 more colors that they're going to have to go in there, but that's fine. Yeah, it is. I'm so slow at painting. I need to learn to speed it up. Listen, my whole thing is they deserve to fall down in pieces. Nice one, Snowdrag. Hey, it's our old friend Helen Adams. How are you? I have so many minis to paint. My motivation has been 3K. Maybe Rob will inspire me. I doubt that. I doubt I inspire anyone. All right, let's keep on going here. All right, so now that we got that first kind of little bit of base on them. Okay, let's go over to our camera. See, I'm also trying to do this and talk you guys through it as well. Now, what do you guess the next color is? Well, we have these knights here, so guess what we're going to do there? Yeah, you got it. All right, we're going to move that out of the way. Where is our old friend? Yes, some lead belcher. Some lead belcher. All right, and that's another one. We just want to kind of... Oh, wait a minute. Is this one good? Oh, hell no. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I think it's good enough for what we need to do. It's nice and dark. What the heck? All right, okay. That's perfect for what I'm looking to use. There we go. All right, so we're going to move it there because we don't need a lot. So we're going to find a little area on our paper here. And look, all we're going to do, I don't care. I don't care. Boom, 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 boom. Because when we go do the detail, that's when you take the color that is going to really be the most in here. And that is, there's a lot of lead here or armor here. So it's okay to cover them completely in armor and then build everything out around them. Now you see how quickly I'm just motoring through and just trying to get these guys. I could take a little here, I could take a little from here, working into there. And again, I'm not worried about what I'm attempting to do here. The idea is to, again, it's coverage. It's about getting coverage early. And then everything else kind of falls into place. Not worried about bases. See, I want to make sure I get all that armor because I know exactly what I'm going to do here later on. And you see, we're motoring through these guys pretty much. And the thing is, when you're working with something so small, like 15 mil, you're not going to see it really well on the battlefield. But I will tell you this much. You know, you do want to have some detail there. You do take pride in what you do. Okay? I mean, some people would be happy just to paint these shields and then, okay, guys, off you go. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That's fine. It depends what level you're comfortable with. Okay? And that's what it really comes down to. And that, I think, is one of the big things. Now, normally you would think that I would go over these sickles first, but no. No, because we're actually going to hand paint those, and I'm going to show you how quick it's going to go too. Look at this. Just making sure you get everything. I got to put my goggles on, so I apologize, guys. Just give me a second here. So I can see what the heck I'm doing. There we go. This is the problem with your eyes going as bad as... let me try the top down here. There we go. And just making sure you cover everything. You see how light I'm just hitting this? And it's kind of good because the black undercoat that I used really works out perfectly for doing armor here. Armor, always undercoat black. It's always important that you do it. Hoping that sometime Rob will be painting when I am home and able to aim. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're pulling double duty today because we're doing Sanctum on Board Game Geek at 4:30. So this is kind of our introduction, how we prep things, how we get things done. Some of the things, if you really want to, I mean, you can kind of, if you wanted to, but I wait till the end when I can hand paint it on. And plus these guys here are so flimsy on here. So I really kind of want to just kind of take my time. And like I said, I'm using this thing as a palette. And you can water things down and stuff like that. Right now we don't have to water anything down. And there's a great little book here. So we're gonna take a second here. Hold on, bear with me. I want to get the compendium out, and I want to show you guys some things. Particularly with these dudes right here. They really have a nice little paint guide in there, which is really helpful. And I'm really trying to get this into the shields, making sure that we have everything here so we don't have to go over everything 15 times. And it's just taking a little bit. So we're going to let that dry for a couple seconds, and then actually we shouldn't let it dry because we need to look at the compendium. All right, hold on. See, I always like to stay in perpetual motion. I'm going to come up top for a second. The whole thing is about never wasted motion. I don't like to have wasted motion. Now I'm trying to see if I can see the compendium over there, because there's some art direction that I actually want to take a look at. I'm actually going to get that. But we never want to have wasted motion, and the whole thing is to keep moving and always keep painting something. Like right now, we can go over and we could do those foxes. We can go do those wolves and kind of almost get them done in a sense. Okay, but what I want to do is I want to get that wash over there so that dries while we're messing around with other things. So and I'm going to get that wash. I want to go get that compendium first. So just bear with me for a second, and I will be back because I know where I put it. I thought I left it over here so we can see it, but no. Role-playing game. Jeez. Now I don't know what I do it. Now I don't know what I do it. Oh, for the love of Mike. For the love of Mike. I don't remember what I did with it. That's alright. We'll make up our own color scheme. I mean, that's what we do, right? And I thought I had it around here because I was looking at it with great fascination, and I must have moved it around. All right, we'll worry about it another time. Okay, so next movement that we want to do is we want to get some Agrath Earthshade. And I tell you, I'm such a mess as a human being. Ooh, Skeleton Horde. Maybe we'll try a little contrast on there. That'd be kind of interesting. Let's see how that goes over. I just want to test something here before. Okay. So we're going to take a little bit of this contrast paint. Really did something interesting, which I was kind of fascinating with. And let's go to our top down, and I'm going to just adjust this a little bit so it's a little closer so you guys can see it. There we go. And then I can work from there. So we're going to try some of this skeletal horde. And it went on there kind of interesting. So now I'm kind of fascinated to see how this will turn out when I do everything. So let me just, I'm going to work my way down, and forgive me if you can't see the first couple guys, but here we go. All right, so that's interesting, because what we're going to do is we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to go over the entire model with a skull white, but we're going to go very lightly over it, and we're really going to pick out the details from there. I kind of like this because it really kind of gives them that, well, they're really dead and they're creepy. And hey, if you got skeletons, that's what you want. The other good thing about it is we're going to paint this sickle. We're going to put the helmets on them. They're going to take a little, believe it or not, these skeletons will probably take longer than anything else that we work on. Only because there's a little more detail and work, and you really want these skeletons to be disgusting, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Sean Mikowski, I was on Miniature Market today, and say the new WWE Dice Masters, and immediately thought of you. While the game is not my cup of tea, I am sure it's right up your alley. I saw it too, Sean. It didn't interest me. I just didn't think much of it. It didn't look like much of a wrestling game. If I'm going to play a wrestling game, such as Rumble Slam, which we've been promising to work on since I went and I bought the ring and all that other stuff, and of course, you know, let's not forget your tremendous gift that you had given me. Hold on, let me see. Here's the problem. I'm trying to accommodate the camera instead of doing what I normally do, and that's just paint away. But for me, it's got, you know, like I really liked that game from that one company, but they completely forgot who we were because they were so busy kissing each other's back ends, basically. And I kind of go, okay, you know, I'm trying to help this guy. He's happy just being whatever. And basically, that was a very good wrestling game. It has to have feel. It has to have the theme. You know, you could do the dice chucking and all that stuff, but if there's no real feel that you're a wrestler, well, what's the point? It's kind of like any other game, you know. Would you play, you know, there's abstract dungeon games out there. Is it really a dungeon game? No. Well, there you go. Just my thoughts. What do I know? I'm not even a real gamer. I just enjoy playing them. Figure that one out, guys. Okay? I'm not a real gamer. I just enjoy playing them. Because you're supposed to have this pedigree, supposedly. I don't understand. I just like to play games. I like to play war games. I like to play dungeon games. I like to play happy games. You know? So this skeletal stuff really sets the bar here. I kind of like what it's doing right now. And it's going to make finishing these guys pretty quick and easy. Which, what time is it? I got to keep an eye on the time. So we're almost 4 o'clock? Okay. So again, you know, we're going to go through this, but this is something that we are going to be working on for the next week or so. Or I mean, you know, next month or so, here and there. We're going to do different parts of it. Okay, let me go to the other camera here. Again, we're just trying to get good angles here so everybody can kind of see when I'm actually doing something of substance. So it's 3:56. Okay. Because I go live on BGG at 4:30. So we're going to go another 15 minutes here. We're going to get these wolves done, okay, which is really key. We got these guys here. And by next time we come back, because we'll do part 2, we'll kind of really go over to these guys and do it pretty quickly. But the most important part here is that I'll show you how quickly we can get these done, how we'll get the bases done, and then we'll be moving on to something in that same video. Because next week will actually be a 2-hour live video where we just kind of hang out and we do this up. So there you go. We're not going to be doing pre-tape stuff for some of this stuff. So, all right. Again, so let's clean off this. Let's go up top down, and let me see if you guys can see things a little bit better there. Nope. Tough angle. That's what it really comes down to. It's a couple of tough angles. Now, we got these really nice and gray, so now I really want to get a smaller brush, and I want to be a little more methodical in what I do. Okay? I don't want a lot to go on here, because you can ruin these guys in a heartbeat. So I have this Celeste gray, more of this administrative gray, I think, would really work more than anything else. So let me just take a look here. I gotta shake that real good. I really, the wolves, these are really nice models too, folks. You amaze me at how quickly you paint and how great they look. Well, thank you. You just show a little favoritism because let's face it, you're a fan of this channel. You're biased. Let's put it that way, and that's okay. I don't mind that, because you know how much we love you here, anyways. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this a little bit. I'm gonna take some of this celestial gray that I really want to mix in a little bit. I may even add a little bit more white into it. That may not be a bad idea. So let's go up top and let's take a look top down. I got this celestial gray, which will go kind of nice, and I almost want to make it a little bit lighter. And do I have white here? Yes. I have a little bit of leather white, which I think just might work out just fine. Just putting a little bit of that in there. Okay. And mixing in there. Doobity-doo-be-doo-doo. And that kind of lightens that up a little bit more. Is that enough? I don't know. We'll find out. Let's take a look at our woofers. And I really want to take this off. So I put it on, so I put more on, right? I really want to take this off. I know a good thing when I say, I love you to death. I really do. You are the best. All right, so here we go. We got these really cool. Oh, okay. And that's the other hard thing, is just trying to, you got all this camera and everything, and all I want to do is I kind of want to. I'm actually watching the camera more than I am anything else. Okay, hold on here. Okay, there we go. So I kind of just want to lightly. I don't want to. I just want to go lightly over these guys. All I want is enough to really give a little bit of depth to these wolves. Nothing too serious, okay? Nothing too serious. You just want to give them a little bit of depth. And you can see where, just by kind of just going over them very lightly, like this guy, he unfortunately was the first one, so he became a victim in a way, because basically we had just a hair too much paint on there. But you can see what we have now and how it's starting to work out as the paint starts to work its way off and the brush is properly dried. Okay, let's bring those over there. Here we go. See? See how that works? And boom. Now all of a sudden we start bringing out some of that detail and some of the muscularity of our friends, the wolves. There we go. Whoops. How about if I get it where you guys can see it, right? See how light I am so the tack doesn't move too much? Alright. And then to do the other side, just run this over here a little bit and we can do the same thing. Now I would do this totally differently. Instead of doing this, I'm trying to get these guys in the camera here. And if I wanted to, I could probably do this. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Where you guys can see that I'm just taking and I'm going over these guys nice and easy. And insto wolves. Okay. Insto wolves. I'm telling you, in a couple hours you can get a ton of these guys done. All these guys here, it's not that hard. You just got to line them up. No, have a game plan. Always have a game plan. If you have a game plan, that's half your battle. That's half your battle. Okay, see, I can just do that a little bit. Take that off. Okay, and ever so lightly. Make my wolves fierce. We could do a couple other things to them too, but I just want to keep it basic. You know what I mean? You want to get this onto the playing field. That's all you want to do. That's all we're trying to do. Look, let me go to the other camera and show you guys basic wolves. Basic wolves. Let's do that. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's all. Nothing too complicated, right? Right? Is thick paint wolf paint? Sure is. Sacrifices have to be made to make the perfect wolf horde. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Have I missed any other questions? No, I have not. I've been doing very well. All right, so there, boom, bang, boom. And then, meanwhile, these guys are drying here, and that's pretty cool. So we would come over here. What time is it? 4:05? Okay, we still got some time. So we're going to go up top here. Our top down. And I'm just going to put this down for a moment because now you start thinking about, okay, what do I want to do with these guys here? Well, they're pretty much all armored. Okay, and that's not a problem. We're going to go over the armor again to really make that stand out. And that is where we take and we get some Rune Fang. All right, this one's old, so don't worry. So now we really want to go super light over this, okay? And then we're going to start detailing our boy there. All right, so I kind of see how bright that is. See how bright that sits up there now? It's a lot brighter than what we're seeing. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm going to close this up because I do not need a lot of this. I do not need a lot of this. And all I'm going to do, meanwhile, these are drying. Okay? Meanwhile, these are drying. Hi, Gab. Gotta go, girl. Go save Timmy. He's in the well. Good girl. She knows. She knows when Pops is out. She's basically saying, hey, dude, how long are you going to keep doing this? There's things. Now, this is real key because this kind of is going to very lightly going over all this. Now, all of a sudden, we're really going to make that armor shine. Okay? And I'm sorry if it's blurry for some reason. I think that's because of... Okay, if I put my hand back there. There we go. and just very lightly. All I want to do is just kind of, now all of a sudden we really get that metallic that I always talk about. You know, you start with your lead belcher, and then you have this beautiful dark undercoat, which really kind of dulls down that lead belcher. But then you come over with this rune fang, and it really gives you that metallic feel. All right, so now you feel like you got some knights going on here, and you're like, yeah, let's do this. All right, let's do this, because honestly, if I can do this, any of you can do this. All right, this is easy. What I'm showing you is very easy. And probably you're going to want to do the ruler thing. You don't want to be a complete psycho like myself, where I kind of like to do things a little bit differently, outside the box. Is it warm in here? Oh, that's right. It's 80 something out today. It's 80 something in February. I mean, how messed up is that? Some people might go, oh, I wish it was warm. No, you don't. Trust me, you don't wish it was warm. I would like a little chill here. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn on my air in a second here. So just, yes, we have air out here. How cool is it to be us? Well, the studio, we needed air. All right, so again, you see how the metallic goes under here. Now, we're going to be doing a few things to really improve these guys, and you'll see that the next time we come. We're going to paint some nice color in here and stuff like that. But you see the prep work that goes into it. You're getting these ready, and pretty much we just got a couple more highlights on everything, and we've got one batch done already. And it didn't take that long. It really didn't. Boom, 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 boom. And you're just tickling them with that lead belcher. Making sure that anything that you may, not lead belcher, the rune fang steel, because the rune fang steel really makes them stand out. So now, the next thing that we would do is we'd start working on our skeletons. Oops, I almost slipped. And then we'd start working on the shields, and then this is cloth here, okay? So most of it's cloth, but they have metal leggings and everything else, and we would go from there, and we would get these all done quickety-coo. So when we come back next time, all right, because we do have to get set up for BGG. I hope you'll come over to BGG TV and see the final episode of Sanctum. That one is going to be a walkthrough. We took, let's see, we started a little bit after 3:30. Okay, so in 40 minutes we were able to do all that, and now we would just take our smaller brush, put a little bit of detail on each thing, and another 20 minutes, half hour, we'll be done. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what I did, because I'll finish these up off camera. And next Wednesday, we're gonna tackle some things in here, some of the bigger things. I know a lot of people want to see some of the monsters, some of the angels. They want to see me fix that dragon. So, and then I'm going to show you how to paint the buildings and get those done. We're gonna make sure that you do, you have all the tools that you need to get this done. Okay, and like I said, for the most part, you can just run with a nice ruler and really, really do a nice job. For me, it's ticky-tack all the way around and just constantly moving. You may try that and you may like it. I felt I wanted to show you how I do things. Now, it's a little hard on camera, but when we really get to some of the more intricate pieces like Joan of Arc and some of the different knights, I will have them on a ruler and I will make it so you guys see everything a lot better. But you could see some of the prep work that goes into it, just making sure ticky-tack onto something straight. Get a bunch of them. It's small. You want detail, but not overly detail, okay? Because nobody's going to see it. And you can get these things done. It shouldn't be intimidating. More of those are more. The more you paint those, the more you'll get into a nice flow, and you'll see that when you line them and it becomes conveyor belt, boom, you're going to find that it's going to work a lot better for you. So listen, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you learned a couple things. 15 mil small figures are not to be afraid of, okay? You guys can do it. You can do anything. You really can. You guys are spectacular. You know what you're doing. You know how to do it. So that's the beginning, but we've got a lot of work to do, and I think you're really going to like what we have planned going forward. Whew. Now we have some live gaming on Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to be getting all the stuff together for the auction, and oh my god, it's going to be probably the greatest auction ever. This is going to be the last auction I do until probably October, September, somewhere in there, or the end of the year. We're gonna just make one big hit. I'm telling you, the stuff that I have, painted and unpainted, is remarkable. You're gonna see a lot of things. Massive Darkness, Imperial Salt sealed with a bunch of expansions. Just tons of great stuff that you guys are gonna really enjoy. All right, I've said it all. I've done it all. All right, and until next time, when I see you guys over on BGG at 4:30, which is 15 minutes from now, and I have to change everything. I got to change the whole set now, and change everything, and get ready, as we will be finishing those guys right over there. Oh, you can't see them? That's right, because you can only see them on BGG. All right. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for popping in here again. I love you all. See you over on Board Game Geek TV.